Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Midnight Ride with Grayman Prepping. Oh, my name's blocked out. Oh, no. Oh, geez. Oh, what did I do? Okay, I just kidding. I just thought I'd have a little fun there. It's been an interesting day here. I know a few of you have seen some of the interesting stuff going on. So let me go ahead and get this out of the way over here while I'm thinking about it. Oh, don't need that there anymore. All righty. So let's say hello to everybody. And all right, so first one in a couple hours ago was Walt saying he'd be back in 2 hours for the live stream. Phelan Klein Wolf came in. Okay, so he says the great nuisance is pulling some bait and switch crap again. Yeah, I got something in here that kind of fits along with that. Let me go ahead and take that other banner out of there. That one out. Boom. There we go. And back to all right. And then then Troop 1351 came in. The Mark came in on Chef Tech. Shady Hill Homestead's here. KP Heathen's in the house. Grammy Karen is here. Mark came in double dipping with Mad Chick Acres. Daniel Berry Sports Highlight is here. Jay is in the house. Tibor is here. Diana 2 is here. And yeah, and Lewis just came in. And Tammy Harder. Yeah, you could call what he does switchcraft, but it needs a dirtier name than that. All right, let me go ahead and drop the link. And Utah Mike is in here. All righty, so all right, yeah, so this is my third live stream for the day. Tammy went live at noon Eastern. Then a little while later, I fired up the snow day one because it's snowing out there. Ran that for several hours in the snow. Yeah, I got out there and shoveled snow on the live, and Danny came across for it. I wouldn't say Manson family though, but I'm thinking some other stuff going on. Mike says he only got rain in the Salt Lake Valley there. All right, and then of course this makes the third one, and then I put out a bunch of cool videos, short videos, and of course the Your Prep for Day videos. But I got a couple of those out there. And Tammy's lurking. Tammy Rebel Canner's lurking. All righty, so I got 10 news articles. So let me go ahead and jump into the first one. And the first one is a national one. It came off of the Epic Newsroom. Rehomed one of our four Great Pyrenees today. Cool. All right, so let me get in here on this. It will let me in because I've gone into a couple of these so far. Social Security announces significant reforce reductions. The decision follows February 11th executive order asking agencies to prepare for large-scale reductions in workforce. Yeah, we're going to cut a lot of the pork barrel fat off. Let me get this squared. I keep on bumping on the back, turns crooked on me. Yeah, I haven't worn my my gray man cowboy here in a while, so I figured I'd get it out here for this evening. The Social Security Administration, the SS, is getting set to lay off a large number of employees. Workers with workers being offered incentives up to $25,000 for voluntary separation. The department said February 27th. Offices that perform functions that, this is the key, okay? Offices that perform functions that are not mandated by statute could be prioritized for workforce reductions. I mean, in other words, these offices they've added to fluff and get people in there, including staff cuts, reassignments, and abolishing positions and organizations. Yay! Cut the SS down to size. The SS will soon implement agency-wide organizational restructuring that will include significant workforce reductions, the department said. The agency may reassign employees from non-mission critical positions to mission critical direct service positions, i.e., from standing in the corner fooling around to being at their desk in offices where they are supposed to be to help the people they are supposed to be serving, aka the American citizen that is either getting ready to retire or in need of the other services for death benefits and stuff like that. Yeah, not just the adjuncts; it's the gophers. Hey, Mark.
Hey.
People are working for Social Security are going to force their own employees to retire early. If they fall within the parameters. If they don't fall within the parameters where they're eligible for early retirement or whatever else it is, they're going to a lot of them are going to get booted. However, if they have seniority, not enough to retire, but seniority, they can then transfer to a different department and bump someone else over there who has less seniority. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of infighting between agencies on this. All right, let's see what else does it say here. Reassignments may be voluntary and may require retraining for new workloads or learning how to do the job you're supposed to do in the friggin' first place. Sorry, it just ticks me off. Because when I went to the Social Security office up in Idaho Falls, there was stuff that they should be doing there. And they go, oh, no, you do that online. They didn't want to do the work. And they have one person usually up front. Sometimes if the room starts to fill up, they'll bring a second person up front. I don't know what everybody else is doing in the back. Employees who do not wish to participate in the restructuring process may choose to leave federal service through various retirement or resignation programs, including voluntary separation, incentive payments, voluntary early retirement authority. And like I said, they can transfer to other agencies that are not undergoing the cuts yet. They can beat themselves in there. If they're like a GS8 or a GS12 or a GS14, if they can displace people with lower numbers than what they have.
They don't want to quit. They're going to lose their free lifetime of taxpayer-paid benefits.
Yeah, so they're going to try to transfer to the other ones. And here's staff members up to GS8 receive an incentive of $15,000
to go.
An amount increases to $20,000 for GS9 to GS12 and $25,000 for employees GS13 or higher. Okay. Employees seeking retirement early can opt for the VERA scheme, which is available from March 1st to December 31st. All workers who opt for this must, I like the way they, leave the agency by the end of the year. Yeah. So they say, I'm going to leave the agency. I'll leave on December 30th. and they can get out and do other stuff, other ducks around. It goes on and on about other stuff and crap. And yeah, Nancy Altman, president of a nonprofit organization, Social Security Works, criticized the Social Security's workforce minister, arguing that the move would harm Americans and the agency was already chronically understaffed. Well, they're understaffed for those who are supposed to be doing mission critical stuff. They got a boatload of people doing crap they're not supposed to be doing. All right, let me get rid of that. I'm going to have a stroke here on it. All right, yeah, next one.
Don't be stroking on the live stream. That's not a good fit.
I'm Joe. Yeah, I crap myself.
All right, diaper
Angel's boy. Homestead is in here lurking. All right. All right. Egg smuggling is the next headline. Oh, shoot. Let me get in there to the actual one here. And it's actually going to have several ones in it. Okay, let's get down. And, of course, it doesn't go with the leading one. We actually go into it. The first one they lead off is Tesla robotaxis. Home prices fall. March steals and deals in California business news. And you got to dig down in for the egg one here. But, let's see. Let's see. Home sales in California are down 10%, and the prices fell too. Border officials are noting an uptick in egg smuggling, and the effort is still underway to ban natural gas as a home heating source in the Southland, which is utterly stupid because natural gas is way greener than doing electric, especially at the cost of electric heating. All right, anyways, okay, so let's get down here. Macy's is closing 9 brick-and-mortar stores in California and other places as well. Where's the eggs? I want to see the eggs. Quicksilver, Roxy, Vicon, Spider, and Honolulu Surf are all going out of business. In California, Bloomingdale's is offering free 7-piece gift sets. Whatever. Okay. Ooh, that's big news. Okay, here we go. We gotta go. Egg smile. Oh, there it is. All right, here we go. Crackdown. I like it. Crackdown. Egg smuggling. Hey, Josh, how's it going? All right. So
I had to get a joke in there somewhere. I put it in print.
Someone says, if you need to poop, would you rather go pay? Yeah, it depends. That one's so old.
Yeah, well, you know what? It still stinks. I know.
It's almost as old as Joe is.
No, nothing's that old.
Nancy Pelosi's older.
Well, except for that person collecting Social Security at 290 years old. But yeah.
Yeah.
And she's angry now.
Yeah. My cousin called me up about that. Now you're going to diverge here for a second. No, about the 100-plus-year-old people receiving Social Security. And he did some checking. And he's my cousin. So our maternal grandmother, her mother, when she passed away, was receiving some stuff, and they had it in a small trust for a while, and then someone realized, the trust is still getting money. We better do something about it, and they turned back. If they hadn't done anything about it, that trust would still be drawn on her. She'd be the one that's Okay, she died at 92 back in 68.
Jeez.
Yeah, she still would have been drawn because nobody informed Social Security.
Yep.
Yeah,
now, I
so
don't understand how is somebody 250 years old collecting it, because when they were in their 60s, there was no Social Security. So where did that even come from?
Yeah, well,
Somebody
that old, I don't know. Someone snuck that in there for some reason or another. Anyways, yeah, and he goes, "Dang, we could all be millionaires now just off the interest and pay the original back." Say, hey, just let the trust go to poof, and you just pay out all the interest there. But anyways,
and then you would have gotten caught, and everybody would have had to pay the money back, and then you're all going to jail. So yeah,
no, because not the way trusts are set up and stuff. Because people are, anyways. Anyways, here we go. All right, authorities crack down on egg smuggling at California border. The skyrocketing cost of eggs has prompted an uptick in attempts to smuggle eggs across the border. San Diego, California. U.S. Customs and Border Protection is cracking down on egg smuggling at the U.S.-Mexico border. CBP officials remind travelers Thursday that bringing raw eggs into the country is prohibited after the skyrocketing cost of eggs has prompted an uptick in attempts to smuggle eggs across the border.
So bring a camp stove down, a big old pot, buy eggs, hard boil them, put them in a 5-gallon bucket, and bring them back as pickled eggs. Then what?
Or just go down with your
freeze dryer,
or just your freeze dryer. Go down there and freeze dry them for a week. Yep. It'll cost you $55 for the rent at the motel. Yeah, the San Diego office has seen a 158% increase in egg interceptions.
And what do they do? What do they do with said eggs when somebody's trying to smuggle it in? Do they take it? They confiscate it, take it in a back room, and have breakfast?
No, they have dumpsters. They have things they dispose of it in because there's contamination that could come across possibly by I
mean, like the chicken
bird flu,
the chicken cold. Yeah, bird flu. Yeah, sure.
Okay,
they're not coming over in eggs. Gotcha.
Okay, it's illegal to bring fresh eggs or raw chicken or live birds from Mexico in the U.S. due to health concerns such as bird flu and the virulent Newcastle disease. Haven't heard of that one before, but it's probably going to make the news as the next big flap. So,
no, come on. Measles is making a comeback, because it kills you, even though 3 people died in 20 years from the measles.
All right. Whatever. Here's the other thing. Failure to declare agricultural items can result in penalties up to $10,000. Boom, boom, boom. All right, let's get out of that. Okay. The all-electric push continues in Southern California. No more gas heat or hot water heaters. They want to be able to control you more, because they go with the smart electric meters. They can turn your electricity off by remote. The gas meters they can't.
So what are they doing? Just shutting off the natural gas at the plant?
Saying, well, what they're doing is any remodels, you can't put a gas heater in there, or any remodel, the gas line's got to be disconnected from the house. Any new builds does not have a gas line going to it.
Can't even do propane, huh?
That's going to be another thing, but yeah, no. The other problem being is they're going to wind up with so the first person that dies from freezing because the electricity was curtailed to houses, so the cities or the counties or the states electric vehicles could be charged, it's going to be a humongous lawsuit. And there are probably going to be a couple DAs that are going to go out there and charge those that were pushing it with criminal, either homicide, either do premeditated homicide, or first-degree manslaughter.
Yeah, good luck with that in California. They'll just blame the person, say, "Well, you should have gone to a warming station."
The old person's house ridden; they can't go. They're going to get nailed. And CB's in the house. All right. And here's the thing: all the natural gas they're going to save by that. Guess where it's going? To an electric power plant to produce electricity. So they're going to charge a whole bunch more for the electricity, more than what they would cost keeping the gas, like 10 times what they cost the person to keep the gas in the house. And they're going to use more natural gas to produce that electricity, which is a lot of it is lost through transmission due to resistance.
Yep.
Okay. This one I did not. Oh, shoot. I forgot to read this one. I got to go into it. Okay. Headline is California. The socialist communist state of California has a bill that would limit lethal force rights of home self-defense. All those in the legislature of California, F you. Take your right to have a bodyguard away and see what happens.
Just call a social worker. They'll be there in a day or two to talk the perpetrator down and say, "Oh, come on, you really don't want to do this."
A California lawmaker has introduced a bill that would narrow the legal justification for homicide. It's not homicide, it's self-defense. Eliminating its use as a defense of property and imposing new limits on self-defense claims. The bill requires citizens to avoid using deadly force whenever possible, and clarifies that homicide is not justifiable in court. Such as when a person uses excessive force in self-defense. No such thing as excessive force in self-defense. If it's self-defense, there's no such thing as excessive force.
So who's going to be the first to jump over the judge's counter fence rail to go at the judge and then be shot? Oh, wait, that already happened.
Yeah. The new bill seeks the justification of legal forces in California cases with tightened legal standard requiring strong proof of imminent danger. Yeah. Oh, I got a broken arm. I got 6 stab wounds. Yeah, he was trying to kill me. No, he wasn't.
He was just misunderstood.
Yeah.
He didn't understand our laws.
Yeah. Okay. Here's what I like. This is utterly stupid. Quote, this legislation builds on California's gun safety legacy and lays the blueprint for the rest of the nation. Monisha Headley, Senior Vice President for Government Affairs at Everytown for Gun Safety, wrote in a statement. She's so full of crap. Anyways.
Isn't Everytown funded by USAID?
Here's the thing. Oh, no, I'm going to say it. She's so full of crap, she's blacker than an ace of spades. She goes on, white supremacists and other extremists have hidden behind self-defense laws to fire a gun and turn any conflict into a death sentence. Bull pucky. Only when they're being... White extremists being home invaded. Oh, yeah, they're white because they defended themselves.
But don't worry, if the perp was a different color and the homeowner was a different color, I know that's okay.
Okay. Currently, The Castle Doctrine, Penal Code Section 198.5, allows residents to use force, including deadly force, against an intruder who forcibly enters their home. Okay, presuming by their forcibly entering the home, they have reasonable fear of death or great bodily injury. And then it goes down here below. It says, however, AB 1333, introduced by Assemblyman Rick Zabar, ZBUR, Democrat from Santa Monica, has already received backlash from civil rights groups, gun advocacy groups, and multiple law enforcement officials, including
gubernatorial.
Yes, candidate Chad Blanco, who says the law would eliminate the right for self-defense.
Well, the guy busted your door down, thought he lived there, and forgot his key, and he thought it was his house. So he really didn't mean any harm, but you killed him.
Yeah. Anyway, Sacramento Democrats have spent the last 15 years tying the hands of law enforcement and coddling criminals, using the abusing ordinary Californians in their attempt to make criminals the real victims. Yeah, Blanco, the Riverside County Sheriff, wrote in a statement. Yeah, so yeah. Anyway, so yeah. So if that passes to California, look for the same thing passing in Oregon, Washington, New York, Maryland,
New Jersey,
and any other
liberal state, yeah.
Severely liberal-led state. Okay. This next one, I'm not even going into it much. New tariffs take effect. What could that mean for California consumers? If you keep buying cheap foreign crap, you're gonna have to pay more for it. Buy American. That's what it means.
So, do you have the news clip about Bob Menendez from New Jersey? So, New Jersey Democrat Senator Bob Menendez was sentenced January 29th, 2025 to 11 years in prison following his conviction on bribery and corruption charges after taking cash, a Mercedes-Benz, and gold bars as bribes in exchange for helping 3 businessmen and the Egyptian government. About freaking time.
Jeez.
But he's mad because, I always just kept cash in the house because of the way I grew up in another country. Wait a minute, what?
Yeah.
You weren't born here? Why are you a freaking senator? But anyway.
Yeah. I think that ought to be a law too, just like it is for the president. If you're not a native-born American, not nationalized, native-born, you cannot be part of cannot be a U.S. senator or representative.
I'd like to add to that. I'd like to add to that for $10, please. I think you can't have dual citizenship with any other country to be anything in government. Yeah, period. And that's
exactly
a high percentage in the Senate and Congress.
All right. There's another stupid one they just pushed through. California. Oh, come on. It just jumped on me. California towing companies can sell your car, and the Department of Motor Vehicles gets to keep the profit without telling you. Since 2016, the Department of Motor Vehicles collected more than $8 million from nearly 5,300 car sales, according to Cal Matters analysts.
So the tow truck takes your car out of a parking lot, whether you own it or not, and sells it, and then motor vehicle legally profit, and there was no problem with the car. But sorry, we sold it. You don't get a dime. Have a nice day.
Here's after a Lamborghini, I can't pronounce it. It's got all sorts of funky things up above the thing. Mersh, whatever, Roadster, got towed in 2023, and no one claimed it. The iconic sports car sat at the Terrence Tow Yard for 5 months, long enough that the tow company had the right to sell it. The sale allowed the company to recoup its costs for the tow, storage, and lien, $11,332, but there was plenty left over. $99,668 went to the California Department of, it's the California Socialist Department of Motor Vehicles. The owner has to claim the funds by 2027, when the money is permanently in the DMV's coffers.
And meanwhile, they have the VIN number, the license plate. They won't contact the owner. And, sorry, you just have to claim it. We're not going to tell you we have it. Yeah. You just have to call us, and we'll tell you, what was the VIN number? Oh, no, we have it listed as an F, not an R. Sorry, we don't have it.
Yeah. And here's the thing. It says the DMV doesn't notify owners of proceeds from the doesn't notify the owners of proceeds from the sale, and it says it doesn't have to according to state law. By law, the towing company, storage yards, and car repair shops can sell your car to recoup their costs if you don't settle your debt and pick up your vehicle. It is known as a lien sale.
Mm-hmm.
From 2016 to 2024, the DMV has collected more than $8 million. Okay, that was in the beginning. Yeah, and it just goes on. The numbers have been rising each year from 2016.
So I predict there's going to be a whole lot of, Toyota Camrys and Honda Accords and stuff that are just going to be abandoned because the owners are no longer in this country.
Yeah. or they're fancy drug dealers that got caught and shot, and not there.
Same difference. Yeah.
Yeah. Several Northern California federal buildings could be designated for disposal. Yeah, I know that. There are several of them that we were saying before. Why the heck do they have this big office building over here with only a 10th of the people in it that are supposed to be there, not doing anything, nobody supervising them?
And that 10th of the people are the maintenance crew and the security guards.
No, that's not counting them, because security is something different, and maintenance stuff is lease contract.
Yeah, that and cleanup crew and stuff like that.
Yeah, and janitors, all that other stuff. Yeah. So so there's a bunch in Northern California. This article says. I know there's probably several in Southern California. I know there's one IRS office in Walnut Creek, California, which wasn't even. I mean, it only had like 20 people in it, and it was had office cubicles for over 250. All right, get rid of that one. I'm not even going to go into it deeper. This one here, I mean, just from looking at thousands of California campsites and trails may be closed amid Trump's cuts.
Oh yeah, we had to lay off the security, the guy at the little hut in the front that takes your money to go in.
I'm gonna see. I bet it's California's to rethink to some of the thousands of campsites could be closed for the summer, resulting in as a result of 2000 in firings in the U.S. National Forest Service. The Times reviewed the Internal Forest Service spreadsheet showing that potential for closure of 4,000 campsites in California. The Times, hang on, the Times. Which
they
Times?
Didn't fire the U.S. Forest Service. That wasn't on any list, but they're going to say, oh, it's because the contractors that the state hires to clean the campsites.
No, it's not state. It's federal forest. Federal.
Yeah, well, they just put a rope up and say, sorry, we're closed.
Yeah, it's the federal Forest Service, not the state.
Yeah, but I don't think there was layoffs on that. They weren't on the list of layoffs.
Yeah. The state's national forest offers affordable camp, blah, 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 et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, so there's a memo going around, which is just a memo of possibility. Oh, it offers the first concrete description of how those cutbacks will affect Californians. No, there's still things around.
Meanwhile, all the Forestry Service guys that do their daily jobs, they're just told to rope it off and say we're closed, but they're still there because the state said you have to close, or somebody said you have to close, but they're all still there getting paid. So why? Oh, that's right, to make somebody.
No, they're saying they're firing 2,000. So it's not closing it. It's the fact that they don't have anybody to be there. According to this one here. The email sent 2 weeks after DOJ fired 2,000 people noted unforeseen impacts and change conditions with blah, blah, blah. Or too challenging to open to full capacity in 2025.
Yeah, but I bet you if you snuck around the gate on a closed one, they'd have 50 people in there in a heartbeat to arrest you. You know, all the ones that were laid off.
Yeah. Anyways. And since it's still being figured out, I'll wait to see what happens.
Yeah. I saw that, Tammy. There was another one I heard tonight where it was like $10.5 million or something ridiculous amount in dishwasher detergent like Cascade to the U.S. to all these government employees that were working from home. It's like, yeah, they're just ordering stuff on their government corporate card for their house.
Learn to survive. How you doing? I've been looking over at the other screen here, not the one where you're at. Okay, I got 3 more to go.
Hey, Steve.
Yeah, Steve's here too. Yeah. Some people, they let some people go. That's why they hung the American flag upside down at Yosemite. I'm sorry, it's only to be hung upside down in a real life-threatening emergency. And that's not. Whoever hung it upside down needs to be arrested in my mind.
Hey, I had an American flag painted on the hood of my 89 Mercury station wagon. It was great. Driving forward, people could see it. But when the hood was up, it was upside down because I was in distress if the hood was up.
Okay. Next one is next one here. Trump prepares to order to close the Department of Education. What that could mean for California? It means that, yeah, you're going to be losing this certain amount of money, but also means you no longer have to follow the rules that money was for because it's no longer in force. So all those special programs they were getting for this money to do stuff with, you don't have to do that, which means the state, with the state part that they're paying for it, this federal government was paying this part, state was paying this much bigger part for these programs that was mandated, are no longer. So the state's actually going to be saving money. However, interesting thing, I saw a report on the on several states, California included, the teacher to non-teacher personnel in school districts 20 years ago, it was for every non-teacher staffer, there were 8 teachers. Okay, now it's 1-to-1. That's bullshit. Mm-hmm. They don't need to have all these special counselors and crap and stuff that don't counsel, that don't do stuff. They don't need to have an assistant to the principal. They don't need, yeah.
Yeah, we were.
Yeah. All right. Let me get rid of that one. This is what, in the very beginning, that Phelan Klein Wolf was saying that Newsom's pulling a bait and switch on. He has been a total supporter of transgender people participating in the sports of those they have transgendered into. Now, the great nuisance is doing double speak, bait and switch with its positioning here. And so here it says, California Governor Gay Man Nuisance used the inaugural episode of his new podcast to speak out against transgender women and girls competing in sports, offering a stark contrast to his usual pro Q policies and many and those of many progressive colleagues. On the in the This is Gavin Newsom podcast, featuring a long conversation with prominent pro-Trump activist and media personality Charlie Kirk, who suggested that Newsom had the opportunity to run in the middle as part of the future campaign for the presidency. While the issue of transgender women and girls in sports has been hotly contested, a hotly contested political topic in the recent years, Kurt singled out one young California student athlete in his conversation with Nuisance. Kirk, the architect of Turning Point USA, pushed Newsom to speak out against A.B. Hernandez, a transgender, I can't pronounce, something or other Valley High School junior, who won the girls' triple jump event by 8 feet and is about to win the state championship. And so Newsom, in his double speak, backpedaling, sidestepping, said, I think it's an issue of fairness. I completely agree with you on that. It is an issue of fairness. It's deeply unfair. What's deeply unfair is all the crap he's been doing. Newsom's position is sending shockwaves through the political and worlds for 2 reasons. Newsom is the liberal leader of the nation's most populous state, and he skyrocketed to national prominence, flouting California's law to issue marriage license to same couples as mayor of San Francisco in 2004. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. So he's doing double speak thing. And as soon as if he gets elected, guess what? It's bait and switch time. Oh no, that's not what I meant. I'm sorry. I have no respect for the guy. This one's I haven't read this one either. I just saw it. It just came in a couple hours ago. Olympics, blah, blah, blah. Get my tongue untied here, guys. Olympic snowboarder becomes one of the FBI's most wanted fugitives. Authorities are offering a whopping $10 million for the Olympic snowboarder accused of unleashing an avalanche of death and destruction. Ryan James Wedding is among the FBI's 10 most wanted fugitives. Los Angeles, California. Hey, Steve, here you go. $10 million. Get some of your buddies, go out there and capture this guy down there in LA. An Olympic snowboarder who built an international crime empire by commissioning murders and shipping more than 1,000 pounds of cocaine through the Southland is one of the nation's most wanted fugitives, the FBI announced on Thursday. Ryan James Wedding, 43, whose alias includes El Jefe, the boss, Giant, Public Enemy, James Conrad King, Jesse King, went from being a 2002 Winter Olympian to one of the most notorious fugitives in the world, atop and with a place atop the FBI's 10 most wanted fugitives. And there's more story on it, so you can look it up and read all the crap about him. And let me go back here, and that is the top news stuff. And let me go ahead and drop that down. And let's go with something a little bit lighter here. Where are we at here? Get to the top here. Okay, that one failed, so I can get rid of that. Did I put this up? Did I put the one about? I did that on. Did I do that last Thursday? I may have. Let me see what this one says. All right, so this I think is the only new one here. All right, so 25% on tariffs a lot. Do you know that Canada has charged us for years? Does anyone realize that Canada charges us on tariffs for U.S. products already? 270% on milk, 245 degrees on cheese, 298% on butter, 238% on chicken, 69.9% on sausages, 57.8% on barley seed, 26.5% on bovine/meat, 25% on cars, 45% on HVAC stuff, 35% on vacuums, 35% on cable boxes, 45% on TVs, 25% on steel, 45% on aluminum, and 48% on copper.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they're mad at us. Gotcha.
Yeah. And there was someone responding to that. That was one Rebel Canada saying, "Oh, NAFTA stopped all that. There have been no tariffs between the United States and Canada or Mexico since NAFTA was signed." Bull pucky. There were hundreds of exemptions in NAFTA. Go ahead and I covered all the rest of those there. Yeah, drop that down. So, folks, what is your plan to deal with the tariffs for stuff coming into the United States? Food Forest Permaculture's here. Hey, Howie.
Howie. Robot.
Checked off. Sorry, you saw what checked out. It's really just the men and women's sports. No women are trying to sneak into the boys' locker room. Yeah. So what are you preparing for the spike in prices of stuff you buy that is an import from Canada or Mexico? Other than the fact that Ford and Dodge have shipped so many production of so many vehicles south of the border, I'm not sure how many GM has done through all their branches shifting around.
I guess first we got to figure out what is coming in and which things are going to be increased in price, because you can't walk through the store and look at things and go, that's from Canada, that's from Mexico, that's from China, that's from here, unless you read
China
the
stuff generally you can, because it says made in China.
Well, yeah, but you're not going to know until you see the price go up and be like, well, I guess that's from another country that's getting tariffed. So now I need to figure out what else I can buy in lieu of buying that, if there is anything. That could be its own problem.
Yeah.
Because we shipped everything out to get made elsewhere because it's cheaper and the companies can make more money on it.
Yeah.
Biggest thing I'm knowing of is raw materials. And I'm not going to get too specific about my company, but some of our raw materials are made elsewhere in the world. Yeah. And now they're scrambling to figure out what to do about that, because everything else we have is made here, but we manufacture stuff using raw materials from around the world to make what we need here. So we manufacture here, but the raw materials just went
imported.
Up 25%. Yep.
Example, the latest boots I got from Carolina Boot Company said U.S. manufactured, made with some products from Mexico. So some portions of it are made down there, and they ship stuff up here, and they put the shoe together, and they do everything else. So either like the soles are made down there, or the uppers are made down there, or something, or the leather's all cut and shipped up here to be assembled up here.
Well, that's why they call most car manufacturer plants now assembly plants.
Yeah,
because they bring in the whole modules of the whole front clip with the engine transmission on a subframe that comes in from one country. The fenders and stuff come from another country. They all come in on an on-demand thing on trains, and they drop it off and keep on slowly rolling. And they're building cars, but we're just putting the crap together here. We're not getting any of the parts from here. It's coming from everywhere else. So there go your prices.
Yeah, and that's that was a little bit what Tammy was wanting to talk about on our live stream at noon Eastern. And so, hang on, I need to look at something here. Yeah. So, there's okay, I'm just checking out something here. All right. Well, that's one of the things that's always, it's always been, even great deals. I go by, it's like, I wish they'd make it this cheap here in America.
Yeah.
And hey, I needed something. I didn't have much money at the time, so I bought. I had to buy stuff, and it's I can see a certain chain of stores who gets their stuff from the harbor. Yeah. Their prices aren't going to be the nice low prices. They're going to start going up. So that could spell the end of that store, which is been having a boom of a time over the last 5-10 years. If I buy watch and made in yeah, yeah. Mm. Yeah, I haven't had a chance to go into depth with my wife about it because, well, she works for, she's an big accountant for a property management company. And so replacement stuff they buy or their contractors buy are, most of it's made from overseas. So now the contractors, the maintenance contractors stuff are going to be jacking their stuff up or not doing it, just trying to patch it and get it go through till September when the new contracts come out to say, hey, prices are going up exponentially. We need to raise our prices because we can't get the parts to service this stuff. That's why we've been having problems for the last, 6 months. So, yeah, and she knows stuff's coming. I think that's another reason. As soon as she gets her big bonus, she may be pulling chocks and saying, clear out the driveway. I'm coming in at high warp speed.
She better have a tractor trailer and with a double trailer hanging off the back with all the stuff to get.
No, this is what what will happen is this summer we'll go back there and rent a U-Haul and
make a couple trips.
Or no, I'll probably just go through and say, all right, this is going, this is staying, and go through and because we moved a bunch of stuff up here. Like she picked up for $60, she got a queen size frame, and for another $80, she's got a mattress on it and stuff. Well, that's not coming up here. That's gonna go bye-bye. So She'll sell that. And she got some other cute looking little cabinets and stuff. Because I brought the big stuff up here. She said, get it out of it. And then she goes, oh, I need stuff. So she bought some other ones, but she picked up at garage sales and stuff. And they're going to go into our own garage sale. So. Let's see what we got here. I'm not sure. I live in a rural place, 2 major slaughterhouses nearby, a few local custom butcher houses that kill, process. All farmers are offering to sell at prices the house pays for your life count. And the veggie guys are upping production.
Good plan.
Yeah. Yeah. Once Chris comes up here, then the one chest freezer down there will definitely come up here. The upright freezer may stay down there as long as the boys stay down there. Yeah. But there's just so much stuff that we will get rid of a bunch of stuff there. There's some other stuff that we are definitely gonna, like all the cabinets I have in the shop down there. I've been slowly bringing some of them up here. She goes, is it really worth it? And I said, when we bought this one for $39 30 years ago, it's now $140 at Home Depot. She goes, and I got 12 of them. Okay, yeah, that's worth a trip to haul it up there. Hey, Moon over Miami.
So lumber prices are going to increase for a short term, I'm sure, because, we're not allowed to cut anything down in this country except in little certain areas. So we're importing all the lumber from Howie, and then we're going to tariff that. So that means the lumber companies better up their game around here, and they better open up areas for, cutting trees down. Gas is dropping $3. Yeah.
And he's poking fun at Steve in California where they have
Yeah, $9 a gallon or $7 or whatever.
Well, they have like $1.50 or $2.50 a gallon tax. What is the tax? You know what the tax is? Gas tax.
We have to do that because we have to fix our roads, but they don't fix the roads. Yeah, it goes elsewhere.
Yeah, it goes for. Oh, wait a minute. We need to give needles out to the drug addicts, so they're using clean needles.
Yeah.
Okay. Is the I didn't even get it all the way done. It popped up. What is the gas tax in California?
No one buys lumber as you're not allowed to build anything unless it's a fence or a wall.
Okay. The state with the highest rate is California on gasoline at 59.6 cents a gallon. I thought it was a lot higher than that. There's probably several different taxes, and that's why they're hiding some of it.
Steve just said $4.69 today because we pay our fair share.
Yeah, you pay your fair share to govern a nuisance.
I can hear Steve's voice saying that. That's just funny.
The highest tax rate on diesel. Guess where that is?
Michigan.
It is 74.1 cents a gallon.
Maryland, Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania.
Yep.
I'm sorry, Tibor. When I saw that, what popped in my mind was
we're unworthy. We're unworthy. We're unworthy. Yes.
Well, what was I can't think of the name of the movie now.
What's his name's Great Adventure or whatever it was? Yeah.
I thought it was the one with. I think it was Bill and Ted's. I think it was.
It was Bill. It was Bill and Ted's Great Adventure. Yeah.
No. I thought it was the one with Mike Myers and the blue American Pacer.
Oh, were there?
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah, that kind of sound. Yeah, it's shoot. Yeah, where they're singing Queen in the car there with the
yeah, I think it's that one.
The Twizzler dispenser and the licorice dispenser on the roof of their AMC terrarium on wheels.
Wayne's World. Yeah, it's Wayne's World. Well, it's we're not worthy. We're not worthy. Yeah, and everybody else popped it into Wayne's World. Yeah. Wait, Steve got it? Wayne's World? I didn't think Marines watched Wayne's World. Okay, currently the cost for gas up at our Costco here in Idaho for regular is $2.89. Premium is $3.36 and diesel is $3.25.
It's funny because Maryland was always like 30 cents a gallon cheaper than PA, and now PA is coming down, so the difference in price is only like 15 cents now, which is weird because I'm not sure either Maryland didn't really raise their price. It's still sitting around like $3.10. Depending on what county you're in, and Pennsylvania is like $3.20.
Yeah. What I say? $3.89? I mean $2.89 for Costco.
Yeah, by you.
Yeah. All right. So the Sam's Club, which is closer, is $282. Premium is $336. So yeah. Going back in there. Yeah. So premium is the same price at both of them. It's cheaper for regular, and the I didn't see they're getting the diesel for those that have diesel. Yeah, they don't. It's I guess Sam's Club does only sells regular and premium.
Yeah, go electric. Okay.
Yeah, go electric. Buy less, but spend 10 times as much per mile.
Yeah, if you're
sorry, now if you have the conversion kit to for a hydrogen fuel cell, I will go electric on that because the production of the hydrogen is dirt cheap.
Yep.
And what it was it Elon Musk that said it? Was talking about it. Toyota is making refit kits and refit engines for hydrogen to go in other vehicles, not just Toyotas. You know, to refit them to burn hydrogen, which is a lot more green than electric vehicles.
Yeah. So
there's no batteries. There's no batteries.
Funny thing about hydrogen in a combustion engine, so they consider gasoline we'll call it a slow burning fuel. So that's why when you set your timing, it's before top dead center, because it starts to burn, compresses the burn, then explodes. Hydrogen is almost an instantaneous explosion. So these guys, and I've talked to a bunch of people about it that are doing the little hydrogen generators and stuff. And they look, I'm running my lawnmower, but it just doesn't run right. It's like, yeah, because your valve timing and your ignition timing is way off. You need to inject that hydrogen at top dead center and ignite it just after top dead center. You'll get the best explosion out of it. So adding it to your car and all this other stuff, it's like it doesn't work as well as it could. It might work. Yeah, there's a whole lot of physics involved there that nobody likes to talk about. It works though.
$1 a day. $1 a day to run. $1 a minute maybe. Sorry, Howie. Because the price of electricity to charge up a car, it's insane.
You don't have an electric car; you have a battery-powered car.
Yeah.
Yes. All electric cars, Mother Earth Garden Club they don't work well at all in cold climates, period.
Yeah. However, there is that one new battery they're talking about, and they're getting a lot of pushback from the big companies.
Yeah, I say that one. It's from Samsung, the silver nitride battery. Yep. Charges in like 9 minutes. But they're gonna get hammered and whatever, because that's gonna destroy the crappy ass battery market that we have out there now, and all the lithium that they have to mine and destroy the world and the environment. Yeah.
So I'm just looking at something else. Okay, it's coming up here. Let's see how smart it is. Oh, you weren't even close. Hydrogen engines, the optimal ignition timing typically falls between 3 to 5 degrees after
I said that.
center. Yeah, but you said 1 or 2. This is 3 to 5.
Oh my God! Whatever. You can't do it before because it's a pre-ignition.
Yeah, you can't do it before. But this is putting it.
Your pistons. Oh,
this is putting it so much after.
Right.
I mean, it's a lot after to give it, because basically you want it to be. You want the crankshaft to be over a little bit so it has the
right
the leverage to push it.
It's now compressing on a previous explosion, and it needs to be after. Anyway, yes, you need to regrind your camshaft and set your timing your top dead center. Whatever. Yeah.
We don't want any of that free thinking or freedom here.
California will be all yours, Steve.
What's really going to happen is in about 20 to 30 years, maybe 40 years, possibly, if it keeps going it's going to get so bad that even all the demon rats are going to bail in a couple of years, and it'll be all these open houses and stuff gone, and then all the conservatives can move back in really quick, and suddenly California becomes a red state again, and all the blue laws get revoked. And then Steve will be there. I told you I was doing the right thing.
Yep.
He goes, I stayed here and now I own a bunch of properties and now you all rent from me.
Yeah, not surprising.
Yeah. I think it was Musk was talking about what the CEO is doing on that. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, he's waiting for the claps to rule over the ruins.
Yeah. There's nothing here, but it's mine. All mine.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, because, all right, just I've talked about this at least twice before, 2 times that I know of, and it's been a few years on the live stream here. I saw an article in print, guys, of some guy up in northern Oregon, southern Washington, a ways from the coast, back in the mountains, in the free thinking part of the state. Rich guy made his money I think he made his money in Silicon Valley or something like that. Built his dream house up there, covered it with solar panels, 20 times what he needs, and put in a, quote, a hydrogen production generator.
Yeah.
And then he had bought some of the new 2,000-gallon propane tanks, never had anything in them.
Yep.
Put several of them out there, bought a odorizer unit for it. And so during the daytime, he produces all this hydrogen.
There's a guy in Jersey that did that. He has a hydrogen farm. Yep.
Yeah. No, you must suffer where you are.
Yeah.
But so but at nighttime, he has two generators that run on hydrogen to provide electricity for the house. So when the solar powers aren't producing electricity, he has no batteries other than batteries to start up the generators and stuff. And so he just switches over to the generator. It's not a battery he has, but it's sort of like a capacitor sink, so that during the switch there's no phase disruption.
Right.
And so during the daytime, if the hydrogen tanks are full and he's not producing enough hydrogen, I mean, he doesn't have to produce any hydrogen, all the excess electricity made gets sold to the power company. Yep. So, I mean, he had, and it was, several of those, I think he had four of those 1,000 or 2,000 gallon propane tanks out there. He had his own field with chain link fence around it, way away from the house, and it all plumbed in the house. So his house had gas dryer, gas water heater, gas ranges that were tuned for hydrogen. And then he had some of those lamps that some of the old travel trailers used to have. It was it would run off the propane tank, and so you had this little glass ball up there with the
the wick or whatever you call it.
Not a wick, the Coleman lanterns where you put it on there, you burn it first, and then So he had those in the house as well as backup to the electricity and the backup to the generator and stuff. So I mean, he was just totally. What is Kaylin talking about? Must be a flux capacitor running that thing. Mantle, that's it.
The mantle. Yeah.
Yes, the mantle.
The ones as soon as you touch your lantern, the mantle breaks.
Yes.
Because it's just a white carbon net.
Yeah.
No strength.
Turns to an ash and just stays there and just runs on that.
Yeah.
That is probably the smartest system around. Yep. And so he had the two generators. He was also investing in a hydrogen fuel cell. And he said that fuel cells last about 5 years, and when they can get this fuel cells to last longer, you see, he was saying that's the thing to go to. They can do fuel cells that last 10, 15 years before you got to replace the hydrogen fuel cell. 15 years, boom. I mean, then he runs everything off of hydrogen. He doesn't have to have a mechanical generator. It's all nice and quiet. Hydrogen fuel cell to power all the electricity. Now, it's not a weed grower. He made his money in high tech and got out. But yeah, I mean, it's like one of those things. It's like cool. Oh, and his vehicles are all hydrogen powered. His 4x4 truck, his sedan, his little other truck. He has a tractor up there. Everything's hydrogen.
See, now there's a difference between when you split water into hydrogen and oxygen, you release the oxygen, you keep just the hydrogen. If you let the two gases mix together as a gas, you have HHO, which is highly explosive. And that's what these guys are running their lawnmowers on. That's where you really need to change your valve grind and your cam and all that stuff. It'll run great, and you can make it real. You can. The engine will make enough power to make your HHO and also drive the car. So, yeah, there's a whole kinds of gray areas in there.
Yeah.
But that's why it's always suppressed. Yeah.
Yeah. So
it's like getting electricity out of the atmosphere. What they used to call it was on the periodic table. Oh, yeah, the ether.
Yeah. The ether. Yeah.
It was on a periodic table, the elements, up until the 40s or 30s, and they took it off.
Yeah, and Tesla was fighting to keep it on there.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember. I watched a 5-minute reel. It was 5 friggin' minutes a reel. It should be, but it was in the reel section. Okay, because I've seen the reels up to 3 minutes before and some 4 minutes. I timed this one because I watched it the second time because there was a lot of information. You're firing at you, a lot of information. So you had to go back and watch it the second time, make sure you got it all. And it's just one of those, interesting thing. It's like, yeah, that makes too much sense. No wonder why they got rid of it. I wonder if Rockefeller was behind getting rid of that too.
Yeah. Hey, Moon. Yeah, I think you're talking about hydrogen, helium-3. or something like that. Supposedly was found on the moon, and yeah, that's what that movie crap moon something moon, where the guy's a clone and finds out he's a clone. Yeah, that's a sad movie.
Yeah,
but that's all they do is mine helium-3 and ship it back to Earth.
Yeah. Look at here.
What you looking up?
Helium-3 is a non-radioactive isotope of helium that has many uses, including nuclear fission, medical imaging, and neutron detection. It is also a rare gas that is stable, inert, and non-flammable.
Yay. So is regular helium, but that's besides the point.
Yeah.
It just
and
floats.
It goes on to a whole bunch of other stuff here in it, talking about it. Nuclear fission, medical imaging, neutron detection, cryogenics, quantum computers. Source, the moon.
Mm-hmm.
And it says sources, the moon and fusion.
Good luck with that.
Helium-3 can be created by fusing. Okay, I'm looking at spelling. They almost look like they're spelled exactly the same. DEU.
Deuterium.
And with deuterium.
Yeah.
Yeah. It says, although helium-3 is naturally occurring in the universe, it is rare on Earth because it tends to escape our atmosphere.
Okay.
Anyways, yeah. And when I was typing this in, the third thing came up was helium-3 moon.
Of course.
Yeah.
Good luck. Good luck with that. We haven't been there since the 60s, or the early 70s.
8 years in the house, just getting ready, just about to wrap it up here, though.
I'm definitely heading to the cabin tomorrow at about probably like 2.
Yeah.
I don't care what the temperature is. I'm going to sit outside by the campfire. I got about a cord and a half of wood that fell over. So I got about 6 hours of restacking wood, not including making a different type of pallet cage to hold it up so it doesn't fall over again.
Yeah. Well, just look around for some IBC totes, or just the cages for some IBC totes.
I got pallets, and my entire deck from my house here.
Mm-hmm.
It was old, so I just rebuilt the whole thing. I took all the lumber, went out there, and I use it for all kinds of projects. There's nothing wrong with it. It's pressure treated. It's old, but it still has structural integrity to it. So I put 2 pieces of 2x8 next to each other for like 10 feet and didn't really level it very well. And I stacked and it just fell over. It's the most beautiful artwork of firewood when it hit the ground. It's like a sunburst. It's really cool. They're all standing up and stuff. I'm like, oh, that's cute, but that's not helpful when it's all getting wet now. So I got to stand it back up, let it dry out again, and stack it up. And I have a bunch of pallets out there. I'm just going to make a pallet crate and stick it somewhere where it's level, and damn good. Yeah. Put on a spaceship. Sure. Let me know how that works out.
Oh, Kaylin, wow.
Ugh. That's almost a derecho.
Yeah. I do know the one thing, though, when my wife gets here and when she goes out and looks at the, well, why did you split this? I go, well, I didn't want to buy a splitter just yet. Figure keep it together and we'll stack it up, get stuff stacked up, put it up on concrete, stack it all up. And, so we'll figure out what we're going to do with that 30 cords of firewood out there. And once we start splitting it, that 30 cords is probably going to expand, because I put big logs down All right, and the holes in between the big logs and stuff, I stuffed other ones in there and dumped stuff in and piled stuff up and just pushed stuff around tight. So it's all going to expand when I split those big old monster pieces.
Yeah. Yep.
So I may wind up with 35 cords.
That's good for about a week or two. You're good.
Yeah. But yeah. Oh boy. Yeah. So the blizzard caused numerous accidents yesterday. Yeah. And on the good news, Kaylin wasn't out driving in the snow, so she was safe.
I think we can guarantee that's a fact. Unless she was in an Uber or on a bus.
Right. Oh, I saw a real cool reel, and I went by it. I was, I better go back and try. Couldn't find it. Then I saw a couple other ones that I was on the other computer where I don't have my reel tracker on. But I'll probably find it when I'm on the main computer here again. But they now make personal airbags. Seriously, personal airbags for motorcycle riders.
Oh yeah, they've been around for a bit.
But I mean, these things. I mean, I haven't seen anything about them, but these are really cool. They look like they're regular leathers. You get it in black and white or tan or whatever. And when they take a spill, I mean, it's like all of a sudden, poof, and it's just it's around the arms. It's not like a big old ball around them. It's just like, you know, their arms are protected and everything's protected, and their hoo-hoos are protected and everything else. You know, knees, elbows.
The original one of that came out for under the helmet. So it supported your neck and your shoulders and that. So that way you didn't break your neck. Yeah.
It's, you know, it's a pants unit. It's connected to the jacket unit and electronically connected and stuff. So that when one goes, the whole system goes.
You just turn into the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man bouncing down the road.
Yeah. Kind of
look like Lewis.
I just had a thought about that just now. Did you see, have you watched the Amazon series Reacher?
No, I've seen little clips here and there.
The second season, he's being followed by this cop, and they don't know he's a cop. Even the other guys don't know he's a cop. And so he goes, hang on, I'm going to find out what's going on. And he goes out and starts walking across the alley towards the cop. And the guy goes, what's this guy doing? What the heck does this guy think he's going to do? Reacher walks right up to the car, looks at him, rears back, and kicks the front bumper. Poop!
Blows the airbags. Yeah.
Blows the airbags in the car. Gives the guy a broken nose.
That doesn't work that way, but hey, you know.
Yeah, but you know, you can imagine getting in a bar fight with somebody's in this leathers. He's got that, and you hit him the wrong way. All of a sudden, poof! I'm gonna beat you up. I'm gonna beat you up. All right, so let me get this up over here real quick here before we wrap this up. Tomorrow on Camp Patton Family Compound, the topic is favorite foods that are healthy. Saturday back here in Grayman Prepping is we're kicking off the after the event series with an event this time. This event is after the power grid collapses. What are your plans? And we're going to talk about why certain people were working to collapse it and what's in place. And there's some historical stuff, but we're also going to talk about scenarios. Why, what could cause it? It could, and everything else. And so what are your plans for any of these events happening with the power grid? So that's Saturday. Monday is favorite salsa. and I added to the title on when I did it. So, what really needs to be canned dealing with salsa, because I've tasted some salsa that says does not need refrigeration, and you can taste the wine vinegar in it and some of the other vinegars in it.
Yep.
So, and then Tuesday here on Grayman Prepping, first aid kit customizing. So we're going to talk about getting a first aid kit from the store, one of those big boxes from Sam's Club or Costco or one of the other ones, and customizing it to fit your family and your needs. Because my wife and I's needs are different than my daughter's needs because of some of the things. And so, yeah, each family has different needs and stuff. And like in Boy Scouts, they didn't call it an IFAC in Boy Scouts. It wasn't an individual first aid kit. It was a personal first aid kit because it is personalized for that scout, not for any other scout, for that scout. And that's what we're going to be talking about. All right, folks, thank you all for coming in. Thank you, Steve, for giving us a bad time about being whatever it is we're being and not being allowed to come back after you ruled the ashes there in California.
Yeah, he'll probably be going live here. Wait, what's today? Thursday? I don't know if he goes live for Thursday.
He's been doing it Saturday night after my live on Saturday.
That's right. Yeah, that's what tears up my whole Saturday. I'm on with Shadow Scout for 4 hours. Then I get a little break. Then I'm on with you. Then I go on with Steve.
Yeah. So everyone, Aiden there, Tibor, Moon Over Miami, Mother Earth Garden Club, Learn to Survive, all you guys, Tammy Harder, Kaylin, everybody. Thanks for coming in and supporting me. And so remember, stay happy. Don't let life get you down. Stay safe. Don't go anything foolish like voting Democrat. Keep adding to your preps, water, food, medicine, clothing, and learn a new skill every month. And if you don't know how to go pew-pew and you're in Southern California, check with Steve. He'll teach you. All right, everyone. Take care.
Have a good night.